Municipal governments are usually the most humble and simple versions of democratic rule, and those in charge, known as mayors, are seen more as average citizens than those in higher levels of government. However, one mayor of Yorkton had something that made him almost equal to a king: his own throne.
I'm Hayden DeGrow, and I'm the Culture and Heritage Specialist for the City of Yorkton. I love learning history, and teaching people about Yorkton's past is a proud part of my job. Join me as I highlight fascinating people, places, and events from Yorkton's history and take you where these places can be found today. This is Yorkton Retold.
Obviously, we'll need some context before we get to the throne. With a city history as deep as Yorkton's, there will be, of course, a long list of mayors. If we set the time back to 1917, Canada is in the depths of the First World War. During this time, Yorkton elected its newest mayor, James Peaker. Peaker was one of the most successful homesteaders in the Yorkton area, settling at first on land south of the booming town. As his farming grew more and more, he decided to become a grain merchant and then moved into Yorkton proper. In the 1890s, after Peaker moved into Yorkton, he started to diversify his earnings. In 1896, he truly made a name for himself by starting Yorkton's newspaper, The Enterprise. The story on this newspaper is better told in another video, but I could say that by the time Peaker sold the newspaper, it was well on its way to becoming an anchor of the community. Just after the turn of the 20th century, Peaker, now married with a family, became an agent for the Dominion Lands Office, became a registrar for the court district, and partnered with his brother Charles to build a grain business. In 1913, Peaker finally gained enough money to build his own house. That house was located right here on what is now Gladstone Avenue. Before you ask though, no, it is not the one we see here today. The house Peaker built is seen here in its prime in this photo, and was an impressive sight to behold. In 1917, Peaker ran for, and won, the city's municipal election. Peaker was elected during a difficult time in Yorkton, as the First World War and later the Spanish influenza outbreak were gripping the town. Yet Peaker rose to the challenge and became a very popular mayor, helping the town stay strong. As a result, when this combined with his wide-spanning business, Peaker was felt to be a massive influence on Yorkton. However, nothing lasts forever, and Peaker's time as mayor came to an end in 1919. As a show of appreciation, Yorkton's town council commissioned an ornate oak chair that reflected one that Peaker would have sat in during his time in the top town job. Peaker was proud to take it and made it a prominent part of his home on Gladstone Avenue. We can actually see that chair here, showing off the beauty and elegance of the hand-carved wood and the comfort of the leather seat. The story doesn't end there though. In fact, it's just getting interesting. James Peaker passed away in 1931, leaving behind a massive business empire. His legacy went as deep as the city of Yorkton, naming a very famous street in the city after him. If you want to see more about this street, see my video on war, a link to which will be in the description below. When Peaker passed away, he left all of his belongings to his family, including the ornate chair. One of his sons, Larry, took the chair back with him to Ontario, where he kept it in his own house for years. In the mid-1940s, though, Larry Peaker himself would pass away, and this time the chair was not wanted by future generations. Very soon, a man named Edward Harding saw the chair being carted off to the local landfill and wondered why such an elaborate piece of furniture was being thrown out. Harding saved the chair and kept it with him even as he passed through 5 different communities over 20 years. In 1964, Harding finally felt it was needed to give the chair to someone that would want it and donated it to the Toronto suburb of Leaside. It is believed that the reason for this particular town is that, at one time, Leaside was called Yorkton. The Leaside Town Council was more than excited to have the chair, but when they looked at the chair closely, they discovered a remarkable detail. On the back of the chair, the members of council discovered a plaque that says, "Presented to James E. Peaker, Esquire, Mayor 1917, 18, 19 by the Town Council of Yorkton. This confused the Town Council as they did not believe that this was the Yorkton that their community once was. They then contacted the City of Yorkton and asked about the chair, and the City Council confirmed that the chair was indeed from their Saskatchewan city. Yorkton then went further and told Leaside that a daughter of Peaker's, E.A. Crossway, was still alive and residing in Yorkton. When she was contacted, she wanted to have her father's chair back. As a result, Leaside and Yorkton collaborated to bring the chair back to Saskatchewan in 1967. Once the chair was back in Yorkton, Crossway felt that the chair's true home was where her father had flourished so much, City Hall. On October 5th of 1967, she officially presented the chair back to Yorkton, with then Mayor W.E. Fitchner accepting it on behalf of the city. Today, the chair is still seen in City Hall, occupying a proud spot in the public eye. The chair stands proud beside the front part of City Council chambers, with the plaque that once identified it now moved to the front of the chair to show it properly. While sitting on it is no longer permitted, the chair still carries a history that is as elaborate as its carvings.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. See you next time, history buffs.